Alright, it's time for another review slash rant, and today I will be talking about Family Guy. That's right, Family Guy. For anyone that doesn't know, Family Guy is an animated sitcom made by Seth MacFarlane back in the year 1999. The best way to sum the show up is that it was a ripoff of The Simpsons. That's pretty much what it was, I guess you could say. Is, I suppose, especially when you talk about the earlier seasons. Now, as far as my personal thoughts on it, I didn't really like the show when it first aired because of that. That's why I saw it as a ripoff of The Simpsons, and that's pretty much what it was. But looking back at it now, I would rather take that than what we have now as far as Family Guy is concerned. I'm pretty sure anybody who's been a fan of Family Guy since the beginning knows that the show has very much deteriorated in terms of quality. Yeah. Alright, I guess I'll start with the first 2 to 3 seasons. Again, it started off as a ripoff of The Simpsons. It was okay. I didn't really think the seasons were really that great. A lot of people say, "Oh, the first 2 seasons they were awesome, the greatest thing." Not really. At least not to me. They're better than what we got now. That's for sure. But I don't think they were the greatest thing ever. I thought they were all right. The few things I didn't like. Now, there's one thing I didn't really care for that I'm probably going to get a lot of crap for if anybody actually comes across this video. And that is, Stewie. Like, the whole, him being evil and trying to kill Lois thing. I never really cared for that little gimmick. That's what I call it. I never really cared for it. I thought it was boring. I never found that funny. Yeah, I know a lot of people are upset because he just straight up abandoned his quest for domination and killing Lois. A lot of people say that he just abandoned it after the what you call it? Pretty much after the show was brought back from its cancellation. Not really. He still was doing it, just not as much. I think the time when he pretty much completely got he just stopped caring about it after that special that they had, that 100th episode special. Yeah, I think that was pretty much the last time we see Stewie ever make an attempt at taking over the world or anything. I thought that special was... I actually liked the special, but the way they ended it was... it was weak. Now, as I said, the first 2 seasons were alright. The 3rd season, because a lot of people love the show, is this. You have the first 3 seasons, then you have the rest of the show. I love it as this. You have the first 2 seasons, you have the 3rd season, you have the 4th to 5th season, you have the 6th to 7th season, and then you have everything else. I'm going to explain why. Because what I noticed about the 3rd season, I felt that the 3rd season was more of the transition season from the old style Family Guy to the style that we have now. Because when Family Guy got canceled, I noticed by that point Family Guy was already going towards the direction that it wanted to be in after it was brought back in 2005. So that whole change that people keep complaining about, to be honest, I actually think that was just inevitable. That it was going to happen either way. Really. Especially when you think about 2005 and up. That was pretty much the era of when people just started overusing, pop culture references and all that. And that's pretty much what season 4 and 5 was. Those seasons were alright. They were funny. Well, I guess it's a give or take. I thought they were pretty funny. Not really nowadays. I'm like, meh, whatever. Season 6 and 7 is pretty much where I start seeing problems. is where I think the show started to go down a bit, because they started to reuse a lot of jokes in season 6 and 7. A lot of plots and all that. They just start reusing a lot of stuff. And another thing I really didn't like was what they did to Peter. I think out of everybody who got a change, I think Peter's was the most annoying. Because, okay, we already know he's an idiot. But my goodness, did they have to make him that stupid that he's... Not only is he like retarded now, but he pretty much has the mind of a 5-year-old. Yes, they took the SpongeBob route with that. And I probably might make a video about that too, because that change really annoyed me. But I was like, why? So season 7, I was like, eh. I know this is where I just started to lose interest in the show. Season 8 is pretty much where I feel the show just fell apart completely. And interesting enough, this is the season where Cleveland leaves the show for his own show, which is also crap. The Cleveland Show. I don't know if I'll make a review of it or not, because there's not really that much to say about it, except that it's a bad show and you shouldn't even watch it. Because what that show is, it's essentially Family Guy. Just a black version of it, I guess. And I also didn't like how they completely changed Cleveland's character to try to be more like Peter, and that the other characters in that show are just clones of the characters from Family Guy. Yeah, I didn't like that. And also, as far as season 8 is concerned, I just felt like the show just stopped being funny, like completely. And not only that, it also seemed like Seth MacFarlane or whatever, like he was trying to go out of his way to just start pissing people off, whatever. Also, the jokes that they use now are just... I remember there was this one episode, I forgot what season it was, when Peter... I forgot exactly what Peter was doing, and I was just sitting there watching, thinking, well, I was supposed to laugh at that? Yeah. That's when you know it's getting pretty bad. Actually, it got worse because I guess they love resorting to bathroom humor. I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but I despise bathroom humor. I think it's the lowest form of comedy there is, and they do a lot of it. You know, the fart jokes and all that. It's not funny to me. And that's another thing too. Why is this show still called adult cartoon, when half the stuff they do isn't even adult or mature in any way, shape, or form? Why? Because they make a lot of sex jokes, a lot of vulgar jokes, or they use a lot of cuss words and stuff. Make a lot of sex references, so that automatically makes it an adult cartoon? No, it doesn't. It's still a juvenile show. If anything, it's more childish than some of the children cartoons I've seen. I don't even understand this one. And why is this show still on? And why is this show is all over the place too? Again, the jokes are old because they just keep reusing them. The pop culture references are old. The fart jokes, the burp jokes, all those stupid jokes are old. Well, they were never really funny to begin with. You know, the changes of the characters have just gotten ridiculous. Speaking of which, what about the change from Quagmire and his relationship with Brian? Brian's change is a whole nother story. I'm not even getting into that one. But Quagmire, one thing I really didn't like, which is also a turn off for me, was that episode when all of a sudden Quagmire just hates Brian now for no reason. It's like he brings up all the stuff Brian has done in the show so far to make him feel like crap. I'm like, why? You never had a problem with him before or any of the stuff he's done. Now all of a sudden you do? Why? It's not funny. stupid. And then you also have the other characters. Lois being a slut. Chris. I don't know what to say about Chris. I have no idea what to say about him. I don't really have that much of an opinion on his character. His character just keeps changing, I guess. You have Stewie's character. You know, actually, I have to say this. There was a point in time when Brian and Stewie really were the only reason why I was watching the show. And since I've kind of lost interest in them too, I just don't care anymore. Meg. Alright, the whole bashing on Meg thing is just old now. You know, honestly, I kind of feel sorry for her now. That everybody bashes her. Her family, her friends. Well, not her friends. Just everyone around her bashes her. Like she's insignificant. Why? Really, the whole bashing on Meg thing is old. And the flashbacks and all that other stuff that they keep doing, they rely way too much on the show now. I don't know what else to say about this show. There's not really much else to say. I'm not gonna say it's completely utter garbage. It's okay, but it's definitely not the best animated comedy out there. Especially not an adult one at that. If you really want a good one, watch Futurama. Yeah. That one's a good show. And that one's the only one I know that got canceled and brought back and is still actually good. There's also the debate, what do you think about The Simpsons? Because I also don't like what Family Guy kind of did to The Simpsons, because I feel like The Simpsons also changed because of Family Guy, because now it has to compete with it. I've seen some of the recent episodes of it, and it's just really just a copy of Family Guy, which is ironic considering the fact that Family Guy was a ripoff of The Simpsons. Now it's the other way around. But I still think The Simpsons at its worst is better than Family Guy at its best. That's just me. Alright, I think I rambled enough when it comes to this show. So I think I'm going to end it here. What do you guys think about it? I heard this show might end soon. I really hope so. And I hope they don't make a movie of this. I really do. Alright. I'm out.